Athletes, practice is now ended. Please hold off on all practice shots. Once again, practice has now ended. Please hold off on all practice shots. The USBC Collegiate Program would like to thank the following groups for their support of the Intercollegiate Team Championships. The Youth Education Services Program. The YES Program is an initiative dedicated to the development of youth bowling. Our future is now, and the partnerships already created have united the bowling industry in a single cause, the betterment of youth bowling. And Kegel, the official lane maintenance provider of the Intercollegiate Team Championships and Intercollegiate Singles Championships. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give these collegiate athletes a big round of applause as they begin round 7 of double-elimination match play. Teams, your lanes are out for competition. Good luck and good bowling.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have reached that time. It is time to learn who will become finalists for the Intercollegiate Team Championships. Men's and women's divisions. The shows, of course, to tape tomorrow. Will it be Sacred Heart or Lindenwood? Or Scad and McKendree? Of course, the winners of these respective semifinals will face one another. On the men's side, will it be McKendree trying to get back to the ITC TV show for the 3rd consecutive year on the men's side? The McKendree women, of course, are defending national champions and now trying to get back to successfully defend that crown. Will it be William Penn or Robert Morris, University of Illinois? The William Penn Statesman, I think for most people, the surprise here in this event. But I got to be honest, I'm not surprised because I watched them at the Hoosier Classic where they won that event. And you could tell they had plenty to work with. Pretty solid team. They work well together. Will it be Wisconsin Whitewater? Whitewater appeared in the in the semifinals last season and facing the exact same team. This is a rematch, the semifinal from 2017. McKendree won it in 7 games last year and won it the 7th game. The deciding score was 223 to 222. Lineups here. Lindenwood, the number 2 seed, after 24 games of qualifying. Best of 7. Format does not change. The respective teams that are in the winner's bracket are, on the men's side, McKendree and Robert Morris, Illinois. That means that they need to lose twice in 2 best of 7 matches. They need to lose twice if they are to be denied a spot in the ITC Championship Finals. The winners bracket teams on the women's side are Lindenwood and McKendree. Appreciate everyone joining us. My name is Emil Williams Jr. I know a lot of people who have been joining us throughout the week could not make it, or I'm sorry, not that they couldn't make it. They would be either en route somewhere or something would be preventing them from potentially watching. And so if you know of someone, please share this out. About to make sure we get the link out, of course. A little subdued at the moment. I'm actually a little shocked by that. Although there are only 4 teams in each division remaining. Not some of the fanfare that we heard earlier today. Chris O'Neill. Hi, Chris. Former Whitewater player himself. I think I saw a couple of recognizable names from Wisconsin Whitewater. Certainly glad you guys are tuned in because this could be certainly that time for UW Whitewater. They have accomplished so much in the past 2 seasons. We thought last year was a kind of program-changing, historic type season. This one, or that one, could hold no weight to this one if they can make the ITC show. Plenty of solid teams Whitewater has produced in recent memory. And when you have a team who can make the TV show and a program for the first time, it's a program-defining type moment for anyone who ever stepped foot and threw a bowling ball or even did throw a bowling ball for a particular program, and I think that's what Whitewater has the opportunity to do today. It's going to take a lot, however. I think you and I both know that. McKendree looking for their 3rd consecutive ITC Finals appearance. They won it in 2016. The runners-up in 2017. It is going to be a battle, and Whitewater will have to win twice, 2 matches. Of course, their first goal is to just win the first match. Push it to the if necessary, and at that point, it's all up for grabs. Lindenwood. LU has a title. They won in 2006. The year removes me currently, but I believe it was 2009. 08 or 09. They made another show. Coach Phil Vida has been at the helm for 14 seasons. Meanwhile, Sacred Heart, the 11th seed here, has done an impeccable job on their road to the semifinals. Sacred Heart defeated Grandview in round number 1, lost to Wichita State in round 2, and then had to come in today and defeat Newman. They defeated St. Francis, Illinois, and then faced Wichita again in a rematch and defeated them to get to the semifinals here. The Littlewood Women's Road, of course, unscathed as they are undefeated, taking care of Newman in round 1, then St. Francis, Illinois, then Wichita State. Get into the road for other teams in just a second. We've got a very close match already, is what you'd expect. Keep an eye on Robert Morris and William Penn for you as well. Right now it's William Penn. Looks like they're going to go up early 1-0. some links for you in the event description. Live scoring, so you can keep track of the other matches that are ongoing currently. Of course, the men's bracket and the women's bracket. All there for your choosing. Robert Morris, an ITC champion. They won in 2013. This is a fresh condition, folks. And as you know, if you've been joining us throughout, do not know the rain condition pattern details. Certainly not been released. It won't be released until the respective shows air. As you stop on through our broadcast, please hit the thumbs up for us so we continue to provide this great coverage for you. Down the road on a Friday night, we'll have some teams headed to the ITC finals. Ryan, the William Penn train has been moving all day. It's been on express. No one could get a stop on the train. The train just kept on moving. I had my transfer out ready to board. They said nope. A couple teams had their transfers out ready to board. And they said, no, we're not stopping. The William Penn Road was a bit of a long one. A rematch down there between Robert Morris and William Penn. Way back in round one at this point is when those two teams met the very first time. They lost early. William Penn has been here since 7:45. 7:45 they bowled. That was their reward as McKendree dodges there the 203-201 victory after the open in the 10th. And SCAD had an opportunity to get out in front of McKendree as Rebecca Comain could have struck to have a one-pin victory in game one. I tell you, if you're facing McKendree, that's you try to. It's so good to get off to a good start against them. They're so good. Lindenwood shoots 174. And that's going to be more than enough for a victory early. Quickly back to William Penn. That road included, again, the loss early to Robert Morris. And brought them here this morning at 7:45 a.m. where they defeated Morehead State, then on to Weber in a very, very spectacular matchup. Folks, I go back and watch some of these archive matches. They were incredible. They defeated Weber, then on to Notre Dame College, and then to Calumet. That's their road today. They have won 4 matches to get to the semifinals today. shot there for McKendree. That was Brian Halen. Sacred Heart shoots 138 in game one. They're going to shake that off. They actually have no choice but to at this point. Got to give a credit to the staff here at Sun Valley Lanes. Great hosts. We've got TV tomorrow. It should be pretty fun. We will look forward to kind of bringing you those shows to air over the course of a couple weeks, beginning next Tuesday with the women's singles show, and every Tuesday thereafter at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. For Sacred Hearts, it's just a matter, I think, just kind of slowing down, calming down, finding a little rhythm. This Lindenwood group, pretty strong throughout the entire season. Finished the season as the second-ranked team behind Wichita State in the team ranking system. And that's the highest finish in their program's history in regards to rankings and polls. Nice break there for Ryan Winters. Talked to Coach Walkner before the match, and he said earlier against McKendree, these teams bowled earlier today. An important fact, of course, to note, not only is this a rematch of last year's semifinals, but they bowled earlier today as they both went undefeated in rounds 1 and 2 to start the ITCs. And Coach Walkner said they just did not throw good shots. And for them, used to being kind of up early, getting into a rhythm early, the afternoon start for them was actually, it was a little hindrance. And so they didn't throw very good shots. And once they got into the contenders bracket and started to get a little more bowling, feet underneath, late 9-pin falls for Josh Pate. Johnny, I'm not won't speculate on any type of pattern because we don't know what they are, but they certainly haven't changed the pattern. It is fresh. So that's a key component. It is fresh. So what we watched really, let's see, round 6, but it looked like it started to go pretty early in round 5. So it gave the impression that, didn't give the impression, certainly the lanes were tough, period, but it gave the impression that maybe the lanes weren't fresh, of course, to even start. That's just how the pattern worked, and that's how it's looked. Josh Pate, as McKendree here struggling, the women having a brief chat about what's happening on the lanes to my right. They have started open 8 spare, very rare from them, gutter 9, and 9 spare, 9 spare. It's a good opportunity for them to just kind of reset. Kind of the beauty sometimes of Baker, and you can do that obviously in team games as well, but in Baker you can just kind of call your own timeout, if that makes sense. Aaron Turner striking in the 6th. for Wisconsin Whitewater. Garavet taking care of the spare in the 5th frame. William Penn is jumping all over Robert Morris right now. They shoot 269, and they are quickly up 2-0. Zach is dusted around. Nonetheless, shout out to Dustin Zinner. Saw him do some work this year at Purdue. Ryan Winters strikes in the 8th. It's a 10-pin match, or game, excuse me. Ninth frame. More McKendree. This is Matt Farber, Team USA member. He's going to cross over and get a break. Josh Pate. All right, he gets the 2-pin out. Sacred Heart looking for some momentum. That might help. A strike in the 7th. And boy, a 4-9 that inches closer, but it doesn't fall. And Greg Young has some trouble to deal with, certainly makeable. But Josh Pate's got to do his job here. I want to shout out everyone from wherever you're watching. I am curious to see where people are watching from. I like doing that. We've had a very nice week of viewership and good convos in the chat room. Shot there for Dene. For LU, Christopher Wiley. And Wiley wraps a 10. All right. Simple situation here. 9 spare strike, and Whitewater will take game 2. All right. And it's a little closer than I'm sure everyone would have liked. Merlina San Nicolas She strikes in the ninth for a double for the Lindenwood women. What's up, David? Watching from Judson, or not watching from, probably attending. Chris Wiley, strike to win, 9 to tie, 8 to lose, and 8 to lose. .203 to 202. The first few games, McKendree has won with a score of 203. Wisconsin Whitewater has lost with a score of 201, or scores of 201 and 202. Garavette. Some folks watching from the Whitewater campus. Matt from Melbourne, Florida. Hey, Fran, how are you? Watching from Oklahoma. Brandon Brunswick from Mounds View, Minnesota. Austin watching from the heartland of Wisconsin. Scott Walker watching from Zeeland, Michigan, rooting on the William Penn Statesman. Yeah, that's for Whitewater. John Lucido showing off camera his skills in picking up deadwood. So nimble as he hopped, skipped, and jumped over lanes. Well, if you're Whitewater, you have got to continue to do what you've been doing. I mean, they've been right there. You get the opportunity, you got to be able to seize it, you got to be able to take it. All tied at 1 apiece between McKendree and Scan in the women's match. Please share this link, folks. Let us know where you're watching from. And then certainly tell a friend. Share the link, tweet the link, post on Facebook, Instagram it, Snapchat it. Another good shot there for Brian Halen. Hi, John, watching from Oak Lawn. Michelle watching from Sydney. Yeah, Machine, I'm sorry to hear that. And will do. 3 in a row for Wisconsin Whitewater, and that's exactly what they need. .162, Lindenwood over Sacred Heart as they begin game number 3. Lindenwood is up 2-0, 2 games away from TV. Josh Pate, 4 in a row. Hi, Eric watching from Florence, South Carolina. Matt Cherney. Watching from Madison, Wisconsin, Sean Flannery. Watching from Jefferson City, Missouri. Courtney Wambacher, support from St. Charles, Missouri. Of course, rooting for Lindenwood. Matt Stevens commenting on Charlie Reed. Certainly, Charlie, he looks like a very versatile individual. A key piece, obviously, for McKendree's lineup. As Chris Wiley gets a break and leaves a 4-pin. Charlie has bowled anchor for this team. He bowled anchor as a freshman on the TV show. So versatile. Hello to Chad Dipsky rooting for Whitewater. Bob Lindsay from Ardmore, Pennsylvania. Open frame early for Sacred Heart. Seth Kettleson from Eastern Iowa rooting for, of course, the Iowa School in William Penn. LU Lion Bowler there from Perryville, Missouri. Green Bean from Savannah, Georgia. Joe Scad indeed. There's Matt Farber. Well, I tell you, the can't really deny the importance of Matt Farber. I'm sure McKendree would have been just fine had Matt decided not to bowl and just continue to be an assistant coach as a graduate student. But I mean, what he's brought to the group has just been awesome to watch. Jack Douglas watching from Lafayette, Louisiana, rooting on the club squads. Sacred Heart, big shot there in the second frame. I know it's early, but they don't want to be down 3-0 in this type of situation. Dean O'Neill watching from Orlando, Florida. Brian from Stillwater, Minnesota. And Austin cheering on William Penn from La Harpe, Illinois. Aaron Turner leaves a 4-pin. Greg Young, who threw the clinching strike in 2016 to give McKendree their first ITC title, anchoring here in the semifinals. They've gone Charlie Reed, Brian Halen, Billy Goodman, Matt Farber, and Greg Young. Anthony Mastriani. Anthony is going to be tough at this point. We'll be, the way we're set here, it's kind of set for the duration of the matches. However, I will certainly move to the other matches once, if either of the feature pair match, whichever one gets done first, I will make the flip. Angela Nance sitting at O'Hare on the way back to Birmingham. Wait, you were here, Angela? Wait, you didn't even say hello. That's disappointing. Probably because I said your name wrong at USA Bowling. But appreciate you stopping by. Shout out to UAB. Great job by them and a great season to get to this point. And glad to see their program is back and strong. Jeff Wirtz watching Scad, rooting on Scad and his daughter Joni. She's bowled very well today, Mr. Wirtz. Sacred Heart now. Big shot for Sacred Heart. It's been a very consistent lineup of Julia Favada, Dominique Newton, Amanda Nardiello, Rachel Humford, and Tori Balton. And now we've got a back and forth game here. Wisconsin Whitewater has got to be careful. I mean, they need them all here. I know it's early, but McKendree, you cannot mess around with them. They don't give you many opportunities. Speaking of opportunities, it looks like Robert Morris is going to pick up a win. And they will get their first one. It'll be 2-1 there. Nice shot there from Billy Goodman. Well, they come at you pretty quick. And they don't waste any time. They come at you with everything that they have. And speaking of McKendree, it is not a secret that they are very good. What a shot at the 3-6-7-10 there by Tori Balton. Right now it is Lindenwood in that match certainly in control. Dennis Knepper at the helm for the McKendree men. In his 11th season, Farber. And that may be just a small piece of hope for Wisconsin Whitewater. If you give Matt the count here, it'll be 216 in the 9th. Max score then 246. Whitewater can step up here, but first it's Josh Pate. He's got to have it. Good shot there from Josh Pate. Josh Pate improving on what he has done in his development as a player. Farber gives it a run, but makes sure to get the count. Wiley would like a double, one at a time. That's one. That's big because if Greg Young goes, let's say strike spare, that's 236. Spare strike will give him the same thing based on the open. To me, this is a must-win game here for Whitewater. All right, 2-8 for Wiley. And now, wow. A 2-8 and a potential tie situation. Whitewater, first of all, for Chris Wiley, it's undoubtedly, I'll need to tell you that he must make it. Greg Young does his job, and he will wait now to see if he's striking for a tie or perhaps striking for a win. Wiley. He does the job. Major spare. Now Greg Young. He knows how to strike to win. In this case, he's striking for a tie. The 2.5 to a half, or it could be 2-1 and still in favor of McKendree. If this was basketball, that would be nothing but net right there. Tied at 236. And that is probably the 11th or 12th tie that we have seen here just during the round all day long. That's kind of a heartbreaker still for Whitewater. They are doing essentially all they can. I mean, they're right there with McKendree and cannot get over the hump to even win one full game here. Meanwhile, in our ladies featured match, the scoring pace has slowed down a ton, but Lindenwood is in the lead. They lead by 11. Aaron Turner right back to business. Good shot. Heck of a shot there for Sacred Heart in the 8th frame. Robert Morris did pick up a win. They trailed 2-1 to William Penn. Farber, good shot, yes. Penn falls late. Haley Cummings takes care of her spare. Good spare there for Nardiello. Heck of a frame, very nice shot. And the spare is made. The one person that I really didn't see a lot of from a bowling perspective, that was David Eggert. And David participated in the singles portion of our event this week in the Intercollegiate Singles Championships. Again, the lineup goes for Whitewater: Aaron Turner, David Eggert, Ryan Winters, Josh Pate, and Chris Wiley. For McKendree, Charlie Reed, Brian Halen, Billy Goodman, Matt Farber, and Greg Young. Early three-bagger for Whitewater. Appreciate you Everyone tuning in, thank you for watching. Hit the thumbs up for us. Subscribe to Bowl TV if you have not. Be sure to check out our other great content while you are there. Girls during the 900, the Core Challenge 2 is on the way as well. SCAD McKendree. McKendree defeats SCAD 221 to 184. They go up 2 games to 1. That's the women's match I'm referring to. And the front 4 now for Whitewater. Billy Goodwin, or Goodman, excuse me, like the Goodman Theater in Chicago. And Chris Wiley, keep the train moving. Oh, that's got to hook a lot. And a Wiley. Breaks it down into an 8-10. Sacred Heart. Wow. That turned and went from a 4-pin to moving to a 7-pin to falling forward. Ryan, that's fantastic. An unhealthy amount of ties. I like that. Open frame for Whitewater, and you get that feeling that they just can't afford an open. As you know what McKendree is going to do. They are not going to stop. Sacred Heart. Gonna make Lindenwood earn it here. That's a big double in the 10th frame. Or Amanda Garavette. She's on a spare, or they're on a spare, I should say. So a strike would be helpful, especially from a count situation. And she gets the late tap on the 10. Talk about help. I'll give you your help. Huge shot there for Garavette. And now what that means, of course, heck of a shot right there. That was important too. Tori Baldwin for Sacred Heart, 169. So any spare here. And Lindenwood is going to take a 3-0 lead. Aaron Turner has got to get some help. Back-to-back opens for Whitewater. Meanwhile, William Penn and Robert Morris locked in a tight duel. Garavette, oh boy. And she leaves a 2-4-10. Okay, 2 pins to tie. So the count here will tie. If she makes it, they win this game. So you guarantee the 2 here. That's speaking from a player. That's what I'm imagining. That's what I'm going for in that situation. Get the count. If you get lucky, you get lucky. Good shot there from Egger. She's going to get 2. And guess what, folks? An unhealthy amount of tie games. Wow. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. It's got to be my fault. It's got to be my fault. Emil Tie Game Williams is what I'm going to start calling myself. All right, after the open from McKendree. As they moved Farber up in the lineup. At least I believe that was Farber. I could be wrong. I thought that was Penn. And so now we're tied here. As Eggert makes the spare. This is a must-win game, in my opinion, for Whitewater. And Halen, mental error there. And I believe that was a 3-pin. We are giving away ties, folks. here at the Intercollegiate Team Championships. Early open there from Lindenwood, or Shelly Goodwin. For the Lindenwood lineup has gone Shelly Goodwin, Haley Cummings, Danae Standifer, Marlena San Nicolas, and Amanda Garabet. Late forward? No. All right. Frame filling now at this point. For both teams here on 15 and 16, but McKendree's going to need a double soon. They're one halfway there. McKendree women, meanwhile, a late break on the 4-7. All right. Okay. That was serious. I had to think, hope everyone was okay after that. Well, we're certainly in Tie City, as Ben Roberts has mentioned, on our way to a potential tie, and if everyone strikes out, that's the case. Here's Charlie Reed, and Reed leaves a 7 pick. Reed was working on a strike. Now it's up to Josh Pate here in the 9th frame. Josh Pate has been pretty money all year. He was a runner-up finisher or honorable mention in the International Bowling Media Association Awards, Bowler of the Year Awards. That's got a push. And a 3-6-10 hurts the count. Spare made for Charlie Reed. So the lineup was changed to move Matt Farber to the leadoff position. Charlie Reed now can move down to the 4-9 position there. 3-6-10, rudimentary, but it's such a tough spare. Pate looks to be all over it, and he is. That's what you got to do when you get to this time of the year. You lay it all on the line, you got to fill frames, and when it's your time, if you can come through with a double, you do what you got to do. Greg Young, and he leaves a 4-pin. So here it is for Chris Wiley and Wisconsin Whitewater. A mark, they fill a frame, and you're good, and there it is. The best McKendree can do is shoot 192. Obviously, good count here, and we're moving on here to a 2.5 to 1.5 situation. And Whitewater will get their first full game win here in game number 4. Rob Bowe and William Penn will be tied 2-2. Sacred Heart and Lindenwood, both teams again getting off to slow starts, so this fresh. I talked to Coach Vida beforehand, and their game plan has literally been to let the oil pattern dictate where they should play, what they should do, and then to the literal sense of taking what the fans are giving them. It has gotten them this far. They're not changing it now. Fill shot action here for Thorsten. for McKendree. And a field shot for Wisconsin Whitewater as well. Pretty good shot. All right, 2.5, 1.5. It's a big game by Whitewater. Meanwhile, William Penn has started with the front five in game 5 versus Robert Morris. Open frame for Lindenwood in the 5th. They have opened 3 out of the first 5 frames. The McKendree women, they are going to move to 3 games to 1 lead and 1 game away from returning to ITC television. McKendree ladies just finished as the runner-up last week at the NCAA Women's Championship. Unable to successfully defend there, they finished 2nd. And they are 1 game away from returning to ITC television here in 2018 to try to do the same thing except win. First things first, though, they've got to get there. Oh, that ball hooked and it stopped. It just got enough of the 1-3. All right, good spare there for Shelly Goodwin. These teams have traded opens, both with 3 out of the first 5 open frames, speaking of Lindenwood and Sacred Heart. If you're just joining us, my name is Emil Williams Jr. Been here with you all week. We got here Monday morning. Singles competition began on Tuesday into Wednesday. Then the Night of Champions banquet on Wednesday night. Team competition began yesterday with qualifying into match play in the afternoon. Good shot there from Haley Cummins. David Eggert, that's a tough spare. Nice 2-10 conversion for Farber. Shout out to Brittany Brown. Appreciate that. I just do what I do. Been a fun week. But you can best believe that I won't be talking too much tomorrow. We've got TV shows, of course, to produce. Probably spend some time on the production truck. There's been 1 game under 200 between McKendree and Whitewater to this point. It was the McKendree 192 last game. Ryan Halen, yikes, 2-10. And just a full-on slugfest on 17 and 18 to get through game 4. But it's an important one for both teams. We've been on lanes 15, 16, 17, and 18 all week. And depending on what happens with these matches, we'll then, of course, have to find the best angle we can from where we are to get what we need. I can tell you now, if both of these matches were to be extended, then we would be potentially without some scoreboard cameras, or at least one for sure on a particular match, but cross that bridge when we get to it. Wow, trading to a tense. McKendree and Whitewater. Strikes in the ninth. Sacred Heart with the lead still. 180 is the max for LU. Well, LU can strike out here. Or at the very least, double. And get 7 to win. McKendree women trying to close things out. Garavette, first one. William Penn match. William Penn shoots 243. And they will take a 3-2 advantage in their semifinal. Charlie Reed gets him to crumble. First double of the game for the McKendree men. This is exactly what you'd expect in a McKendree-Whitewater match. How about Amanda Garavette? Needs one more. Bang! And Lyndon Wood. We'll move to 3.5 to a half in the score column here, or the game column. For Lindenwood, it's on the table. Opportunity exists. As they win 177 to 152. Meanwhile, Whitewater opened in the 6th frame. Here's Matt Farber on that particular lane. Farber has left a couple of 2-pin type combinations. The McKendree women are feeling it. They're in the groove. They're in rhythm. And they have themselves a 6-bagger and are well on their way to a return visit to the ITC Finals. Looking to be the first team to punch their ticket. And now trouble again here for Eggert. Sacred Heart backs against the wall, and they come out firing here. Nice shot to open up game number 5. Right now, the match that could be extended is the William Penn and Robert Morris match could go to that if necessary. Talk about a game to finish things out. McKendree is going to try to shoot 290. Haley Cummings. Could it be Lindenwood versus McKendree? Diana Winters leaves at 3-6. This game has certainly not been kind for Whitewater. Late 8-pin, but it goes. And all of a sudden, Sacred Heart with some momentum. They've got a 3-bagger. Brianna Klimmer. At the first one in the 10th. McKendree is going to shoot 270 plus. And they are on their way. But how about the performance from Savannah College of Art and Design? You know, if you were looking at the brackets, you come in and you say, okay, who's going to win? You know, the experts would say, all right, McKendree, you'd expect them to win, defending champions, et cetera, but hey, listen, SCAD came in. I think they won the first game, but McKendree did what they had to do. Very impressed with SCAD this week. Their performance, amazing. That coaching staff with Katie Thornton, Verity Crawley, they've got something brewing there. Speaking of having something brewing, Sacred Heart has something brewing. Goodman and Marlena San Nicolas, a 1-2-4-10. SCAD is finishing things out. You know, for a while, and I think the transition has gotten, they're starting to get both teams, but you know, certainly more on the Whitewater side, because both teams very close, striking for quite a bit around the 1-3. But what's going to happen here is they go back to the right one. Six in a row for Sacred Heart. Say, hey, their backs against the wall. They're coming out firing. 7 in a row. Wow. It's as if they flipped the switch. So many former collegiate players themselves have become coaches. Many PWBA members, for example, are coaches. Of course, Shannon O'Keefe, a great example, but Verity Crawley could be that the next coach, if you will, to kind of help continue that tradition. Between her and Katie Thornton, they've got something great going on at SCAD between the men's and the women's teams in that entire bowling program. Congrats on a great season to Savannah College of Art and Design. McKendree is on the show tomorrow. Now, who will they face? As Sacred Heart had the front eight. quietly the game by McKendree. Of course, they're working on some things too and trying to figure out this transition. They haven't thrown it the best or had the best results this game either. Robert Morris, meanwhile, 3-bagger, 9-spare, 4-bagger. Haley Cummings in the 7th frame. Good shot, wraps a 10-pin. McKendree shoots a 170 after trying to work on some things on their own, but they had that luxury. They had the game wrapped up. And so now from here on out, this is elimination shot city here. Every shot, the season on the line for Wisconsin Whitewater. Good shot there, gets a good start. Aaron Turner, a senior from Kenosha, Wisconsin. Corbin Sadowski, a senior as well. Corbin from Roselle, Illinois. Chris Wiley, also a senior according to our program roster. The worst part about ITCs is the emotional toll that it takes, because not everyone will win, obviously. And so all the hard work, you hear the cliche, the blood, sweat, and tears, but in bowling sense is 267, and by the way, nice job, obviously, from Sacred Heart, but all of the bowler's tape that was used, all of the shammings that went by the wayside, all of the adhesive tape that rolled off your fingers, all of the calluses that built, that left and then rebuilt again, all of the wire brushes that may have taken a shot or two on a wall. Ryan Halen with double, but again, the emotion, and that's a young core for SCAD. Jamie Gray was the graduate student. Not sure how many years of eligibility she has. Everyone else, Veronica Cepeda, a sophomore. Carrie King was a sophomore. Wirtz, Caitlin Jones, Joni Wirtz, Caitlin Jones, and Rebecca Cobain, all freshmen. And they just finished tied for 3rd in their 2nd year of existence. The Intercollegiate Team Championships, 3 in a row for McKendree. Robert Morris shot 276, and William Penn and Robert Morris are headed to Game 7. Ryan Winter. Whitewater looking for that spark. Greg Young does does not care about that spark. He is trying to end this and send both the men's and women's teams back to the ITC finals in back-to-back years. There are a lot of great programs in the country right now if you are interested in college bowling. You've had a chance to witness and watch many of them here this week. But it is hard to argue the results from McKendree in the last 4 to 5 years. And it's important to note that McKendree and obviously the O'Keeffes have certainly made their mark on this program. But it's a program that has always been close. The women's program always been close. Finished second in an ITC final before. 267-146 official final score. In Sacred Heart and McKendree. 3.5, 1.5 now. Front 5 again for the McKendree men. The men prior to 2016, wow. Pate gave it a run. The men prior to 2016 had been on the show as well. You saw A.J. Johnson, for example. And so the program as a whole has been solid, and they've just been elevated. Well, Connor, I'm not sure that's actually what happened. I mean, Sacred Heart had the front 8. So if you got the front 8, they're not going to stop their own pace of striking. And so because they struck so much, the pace was fast for Sacred Heart. Excuse me, yes, for Sacred Heart, but Lindenwood was then 3 games behind, or 3 frames behind. But to your point, if you wanted to do that, and if you kind of wanted to play a little game like that, I've seen it happen. I've competed collegiately. I've seen teams do it. Open in the 6, but it doesn't matter for McKendree. 85, 15, 40, 70, 20, 235. 224. Oh, look at it, wrong score, excuse me. 235 is out there still, if I'm not mistaken, but Whitewater is going to need a ball right now. That's 1 for Aaron Turner in Whitewater. Miscue in the 9th frame. Whitewater with life. Yeah, definitely. I mean, that one was kind of, I think it wasn't intentional. It was just that's the way the game happened. But teams do often call that quote-unquote TV timeout. Greg Young in the 9th frame. And now a 210. And Whitewater still with a chance here. Robert Morris and William Penn in game 7. And Eggert makes the 1-2-4. Haley Cummings. That's a big shot. The Lindenwood women, they got to be careful here. And the Sacred Heart is in the match. The LU crowd now trying to pump a little life into this women's program here. Back-to-back opens for McKendree. Now their max score all of a sudden is 211. It's there for Whitewater to take. Ryan Winters. And the 2-pin. Now the young lefty, Charlie Reed, potentially seal it here. And he leaves the 7-pin. And so still Whitewater with a chance to win this game. We keep going down the line here. It's going to be up to Josh Pate and Chris Wiley to extend the season of Whitewater here. If you give Charlie Reed the spare, go ahead and give him 201. We have seen teams do it. It happens all the time. Spare made for Amanda Garavette in the 5th for Lindenwood. Spare made for Charlie Reed in the 10th for McKendree. Max score of 201. Max score 204 for Whitewater. Josh Pate, brother of Lauren of McKendree, trying to extend potentially the match here. That's got a hook. Wow. They have given the ball to Chris Wiley a couple times here. Wiley talking with Nick Crummell. .200 even for McKendree. Wiley, push, push, push. And McKendree is back on the ITC finals. Three, 6, 9, 10 there for Wiley and Whitewater, where McKendree gave them so many chances this game. It was there for the taking.
Finish strong, guys. Finish strong.
Robert Morris and William Penn. That's a one-game match there. Congratulations to the McKendree men. trying to seal it here for Robert Morris. And he may have just done it. A bucket by Rock Kostrick. Let's take a look at that. You see it in your screen there. Let's go to it quickly. And the open. Robert Morris is back on TV. It'll be Robert Morris, Illinois versus McKendree in the ITC finals. All right, Lindenwood trying to mount a comeback. Let's take a look at it. Right now, Sacred Heart has the only chance of forcing a if necessary match. Ninth frame shot, Haley Cummings. That's got to hook a lot. Did not hook at all, and she leaves a 1-2-10. One match here, folks. That is all that is left. If you're just joining us, the McKendree men will face Robert Morris as the Robert Morris Eagles look to win their first ITC championship since 2013. McKendree on the show for the third consecutive year, finished first in 2016, second in 2017, and now a chance to bring home another championship. On the women's side, the McKendree women have also punched their ticket. Just one ticket remains. It's a golden ticket. There is no chocolate, but there is a Helmer Cup. Well, folks, we've seen a couple of game 8s today, and the way it's looking, this may be happening here since we've had a tie already. Jory Bawden. I tell you, the switch was flipped for Sacred Heart in game 5. But if you go back to game number 3, where these two teams tied at 169, Garavett had a chance to win that game outright with a strike or spare in that situation, and was unable to do it. And so now Sacred Heart, with life, came out with 267 last game, has followed it up with 226. They've gotten comfortable, they've gotten loose, and Lindenwood's got themselves a fight. The finals are tomorrow. They will be taped, but the finals will air on CBS Sports Network. The women's team show will air Wednesday, May 9th. I think I said all of the Tuesdays earlier. There is one Wednesday. It's going to be the women's team, May 9th. The men's team show will air Tuesday, May 15th. Congratulations to University of Wisconsin Whitewater on a fine season as well. Another historic program building type season for Sean Walkener, Coach Walkener, and just a resilient group of young men that he has at Whitewater. have fallen to McKendree again for the second consecutive year in the ISC semifinals. And congratulations to the William Penn Statesmen, who provided everyone in the building, everyone at Sun Valley Lane today, just a heck of a show. Just amazing what William Penn did today. And they come up just a touch short in Game 7 as Robert Morris, Illinois, will face the McKendree University Bearcats, the Eagles and the Bearcats, tomorrow for an ITC title. For those of you who don't know, the best of 7 rule kind of goes out, as does the double elimination for television purposes. It is win, win, and win. Lose, you lose, no double elimination. And it is best of 3 on television. Wow. Missed single pin and then followed it up with an 8-pin, Sacred Heart. A little shuffling of the lineup, of course, for LU. In the last couple games, 4-pin doesn't go there for San Nicolas. So for LU, just to reiterate, Shelly Goodwin leading off, followed by today Standifer, excuse me, Merlina San Nicolas, Haley Cummings, and Amanda Garavent. Just joining us, my name is Emil Williams Jr. For the first time, I may not experience an if necessary match. I fully expected one because that always happens. But Sacred Heart is trying to do just that. And you don't want to go to the if necessary. You just never know. Open frame for Lindenwood, especially if you are the team in the winner's bracket at that point. There's just so much to then think about, things that you don't want to think about. You just got to go ahead and take care of business while you can, because you never know what will happen. Appreciate that. I couldn't remember. I know it was no 9-pin falling. Here comes Sacred Heart, folks. They looked all but a little depleted after the first couple of games as Lindenwood got off to an early start. Here are the game scores. Lindenwood defeated Sacred Heart 174-138, 215-162. The team's tied at 169. Then Lindenwood comes back, wins 177-152 in game 4. Then game 5, front 8 for Sacred Heart. They end up shooting 267. They follow it with 226. LU shot 146 and 163 in those 2 games. Sacred Heart with the early lead. It's a big spare there. Again, thanks to Anthony on the quick correction for me there on the best of 5. If LU is to win here, and what essentially is regulation, and not go to overtime, the 4-5 there. That's what we call the Aaron Smith where I'm from, as Aaron tends to leave those often. And Shelly Goodwin come up with some important spare shooting here. Big spare. I tell you, sometimes it's spares like that that will rally a team. For Sacred Heart, this lineup today, or excuse me, in Game 7 here, they have gone Julia Favada, leading off. That was Casey Smith, Amanda Nardiello, Rachel Bamford. Let me make sure that's right. Rachel Bamford, excuse me. Here is Danae Standifer. Needs some help, and a runaway Brooklyn. Well, that could be the break right there. That could be the one. Sometimes you point back to one break, and you go, that was the one that turned the tides. And Tori Baldwin, of course, the anchor for Sacred Heart. Again, if you are just joining us, Robert Morris defeated William Penn 4-3. It went to 7 games. Robert Morris won the final 2 games, including 276 in Game 6. And McKendree defeated Wisconsin Whitewater 4.5 to 1.5. Merlina San Nicolas, a double would be amazing. And a 10-pin. This situation, the breathing is so important. You're in some pressure situations, uncomfortable. Pretty good shot there. For Amanda Nardiello. Meanwhile, Merlina San Nicolas. Uh-oh, moving. There we go. 12 pins, the difference at the moment. Good spare. Nardiello takes care of the 7-pin. Haley Cummings Heck of a shot in the 9th frame. Now it is Rachel Bamford for Sacred Heart. That's online. That is 10 down. Garavette had to put some kind of pressure here on Sacred Heart. If not, we're going to game 8 for what seems to be probably the 4th time today. Not by these teams, but in general. Max score 202 for Lindenwood, but very important shot here. Get some help. If Sacred Heart, Tori Baldwin does not strike here, LU will need a strike. And LU will have a chance. It'll be up to Amanda Garavette for a chance to return to television and face McKendree. One strike, Garavette. Bang! And Lindenwood just formalities away. And there it is. I'm not sure that you knew the situation there, but it was not over. Now it is, and the Lindenwood Lady Lions will face McKendree in the Women's Intercollegiate Team Championships Finals. One for good measure. The celebration. Wow. Talk about clutch in the 10th. Amanda Garavette had some opportunities before, and she made sure to take care of business this time. And Lindenwood will look for their first ITC title since 2006. And they will try to join the men's program and claim a couple of titles of their own. Unbelievable bowling, unbelievable day we have seen. Got to give a lot of credit to Sacred Heart. They competed well, did not give up, not by a long shot, and they made it very interesting. Tori Baldwin threw a great shot in the 10th frame, left the 10 pin. That forced the double. Or another strike, I should say, because Amanda Garavette was going to step up no matter what to try to shoot 202 and put a little pressure on Sacred Heart. She struck. She had to have one more. And now Lindenwood. We saw the chant before.
session for the Intercollegiate Team
we are going to
Championships.
have
Let's hear it for all
some
32
trophy
teams competing in this year's
presentations
tournament. Advancing
essentially
to
third
tomorrow's
place.
TV finals in the women's division. Let's hear it for the number 2 seed, the Lindenwood Lions.
OU is going to TV.
And their opponent, the number 4 seed, the McKendree Bearcats.
McKendree again.
And advancing to the finals in our men's division, the number 3 seed, the McKendree Bearcats.
And McKendree as
And
a
their
program
opponent, the number 4
back
seed,
to
the Robert Morris University Eagles.
the ITC
Congratulations
finals.
to our teams competing for tomorrow's championships.
You see William Penn there. They were phenomenal today. Just phenomenal for William Penn.
As a reminder to everyone
But it
planning
will
on
be
attending
Robert
tomorrow's
Morris.
TV
It
shows.
will be McKendree on
Seating
the
is
men's
based
side.
on full
It will be
sessions, not
Lindenwood.
individual shows.
It will be McKendree.
Spectators will begin seating at approximately
Two schools
7
very
a.m. for
familiar
the
with
ISC
one another
men and
on the women's
ITC
side, and
women's
I mean
shows.
familiar as in
Seating for the
location.
second session will begin
Have
at
even
approximately
traveled together in
1:45
previous
p.m.
years.
for the ISC women and ITC
Separated
men's
by
finals.
45 miles. Lindenwood and McKendree on the women's side. I'm looking forward to the Robert Morris and McKendree as well, because both of those teams up and down the lineup, 1 through 8, is serious business. I'm going to check to see if we're going to get some presentations here. Before we go away, you see Sacred Heart. Definitely want to give them all the credit in the world. But at the end, the day belonged to, or at least the end of the night belonged to Amanda Garavitz. Doubling in the 10th frame. She got the break she needed on the first shot, and no doubt at the second and the third for good measure. While we wait, folks, and at least while I get the confirmation, I just want to thank you all for watching the entire week. Looks like we are going to present at least the third place trophies in a second. For those of you who may want to hang out for that, certainly do so. We'll be having SCAD and Sacred Heart, along with William Penn and Wisconsin Whitewater. Off in the distance there, you see John Lucido and great mechanic Paul here. About to turn around the center with and helping the staff here with masking units and everything else that we need here. While you wait, if you have any other questions, while we wait, though, I do want to thank the Sun Valley Lane staff. Big shout out to Paul Hawthorne, the chief technician here, who I just talked about.
Bear with us just one moment. We're about to begin the awards presentation.
Seth
for our teams
Hampton
finishing in third
was
place.
on the floor. Damian Hintz, Justin Jorgens, Kenny Phillips, and Alistair Rutledge on the floor. Alistair, Bullet Honor score. He shoot 300 or 299 at the Hoosier Classic 2 years ago, or 2017, if I'm not mistaken. AJ Abrego, Zach DeMode, John Yiski, Pedro Martinez, Alex Phillips, and Ricky Skaggs working the grill this week. Brett Bussinger, the head chef, or Brett Bussinger, excuse me. Of course, John Lucito, the proprietor here. Broderick Enderly, Brian Kleinecht, Jen Messino, and R.J. Neal, managers here at Sun Valley Lanes. Don Flynn, Brooklyn Smart, Corey Meyer, Penn Spotter Tex, and in the pro shop, Dwayne DeMode. So again, big thanks to the Sun Valley staff. They were great all week. Get a good look here at Sun Valley, or excuse me, Sacred Heart. Taking a quick photo, we've got medals.
Telling 16 and 17, as Brian English, varsity bowling manager, Andrew Lowy, youth program coordinator, and Brandon Cruz, collegiate bowling coordinator, present awards to our third place teams.
We are going to
in our women's
third
division,
places.
The first third place team. Let's hear it for the Sacred Heart University Pioneers.
Sacred Heart receiving their third place trophy.
Now let's hear it one more time for our first third place women's team, the Sacred Heart University Pioneers.
Certainly like to thank.
And our second third place team in the women's division, let's hear it for the Savannah College of Art and Design Savannah Bees.
Savannah College of Art and Design, the Bees receiving their great program, very obviously up and coming there, but they were amazing. Third place finish at the national championship. See Katie Thornton. And the Verity Crawley. Thornton on the left, Verity Crawley on the right. Appreciate that, Lee. Thank you very much.
And let's hear it again for our second, third place team in the women's division, the Savannah College of Art and Design Savannah Bees. And in our men's division, our first third place team, let's hear it for the William Penn University Statesmen.
William Penn, the Statesman. They were great. Won the Hoosier Classic. Oskaloosa, Iowa. This is their third ITC appearance.
hear it again for our third place men's team, the William Penn University Statesmen. And our second third place team in the men's division, the University of Wisconsin Whitewater Warhawks.
And the Wisconsin Warhawks, the Wisconsin Whitewater Warhawks. I beg your pardon. Job there from Whitewater again. They are close. Whitewater is close. Right now, their nemesis, at least at this tournament, is McKendree. Perhaps that'll be an ensuing rivalry at some point.
And let's hear it one more time for our second third place men's team, the University of Wisconsin Whitewater Warhawks.
All right, folks.
We look forward to seeing everyone tomorrow for the finals to determine who will be the 2018 champions.
All right,
As a
once
reminder to
more
everyone
time,
planning
just
to
in
attend
case,
the TD show taping
as you
tomorrow.
see
Seating is based on full
an
sessions,
abundance of
not individual
faces
shows.
and whatnot and
Spectators will
cutouts.
begin
We've got some
seating at
cutouts
approximately
too.
7 a.m. for the ISC
But,
men and ITC women
Just
shows.
reiterating,
Seating
teams
for the second session will begin at approximately 1:45 p.m.
on the
for
men's
the
side
ISC women
will
and
be
ITC
Robert Morris
men's
taking
finals.
on
We look forward to seeing everybody tomorrow
McKendree.
for another great day of excitement here at
And
the
on the women's
Intercollegiate
side,
Team
it will be
Championships.
McKendree looking to defend their ITC title and Lindenwood. We have a big thanks to the Sun Valley staff. Want to thank the local association here, Lincoln USBC. Get Kevin Dunkel, Stan Doherty, Pat Doherty, Del Went, Carol Mitchell, Larry Russell, Dwayne Vanderbook, Shane Myers, Patty Meyer, Steve Kirk, Paul Portish, and Derek Bombeck, specifically Derek from the Convention and Visitors Bureau here in Lincoln. And of course, like to thank the IBC youth staff, the tournament staff, Brian English, Brandon Cruz, Andrew Lowy, Jimmy Chanthafong, Jason McEwen, Terry Bigham, Gary Brown, Carl Nicolai, Steve Lawson, Zach Barton, and Jason Thomas. Well, folks, it's been a fun week. It's been everything you would ever want, of course, as for those of you who maybe experience ITCs for the first time. It certainly was a joy. I'll leave you with certainly a thank you to all of our sponsors here who make this event possible as well. GoBowling.com, Logo Infusion, Dexter, Kegel, and a big shout out to the PBA, the PWBA, and the VPAA. Next time, it's time for CBS Sports Network. We will crown champions tomorrow in singles and in team. 8 semifinalists total in the singles division. Four on each side, of course, men and women. Kristen Kwa, Kelly Belzeski, Stephanie Schwartz, and Haley Richard. They will be the semifinalists for the women in the singles competition, of course. Jeffrey Holden, Tyler James, Kenny Ryan, and Joe Grondin will be on the single show for the men. And again, one more time, team-wise, McKendree versus Robert Morris, Illinois on the men's side, McKendree versus Lindenwood on the women's side. So for all involved, my name is Emil Williams Jr. We will see you next time. Be sure to subscribe to Bowl TV. Be sure to follow at @youth_bowling if you haven't, for all the behind-the-scenes cool ITC action from this week as well. I look forward to seeing you again. Again, my name is Emil Williams Jr. So long for now. This has been a presentation of the 2018 Intercollegiate Team Championships live on Bowl TV.